this thing on. You sure it's recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
What's going on, guys? It's your favorite barber, Christian Perez, back at you with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a bald taper with some beard work. I've done this customer's haircut before, but I wanted to bring him back because last time he didn't get his beard done, he got a low fade. So if you've not been to my channel before, make sure you subscribe. That means you too. Pay attention to the video, make sure you subscribe. Smash that like button, get active in the comments, and make sure you share these videos. Also, if you're not following me on IG, make sure you follow me on IG. It's somewhere around here. Right below the video, right there.
Follow me.
Follow Yo Fonz too. Yo Fonz, that's the man behind the editing. Make sure you pay attention, stay tuned to this video. That means you too. And I'll see y'all next time. Appreciate your time. Alright guys, so here we go. We're gonna start out using the Andis Magnetic number 2 guard with the lever all the way closed on the Andis Masters. I'm gonna leave all the bulk on top here because I'm gonna do shear over comb. So disregard the hair on top there. Just putting the number 2 on the sides. The customer wants the number 2 on the sides with a high taper. I've done this gentleman's haircut before on my channel. The last time the difference was we did a low fade. This time he wanted to do a high taper, or a taper, and he also wanted to do his beard. As you can tell from the last video, his beard's grown in nice, and he wanted to line up his beard and kind of fade it in a little bit. So here I'm using my Andis T outliners, the Blackouts. I just did a review on those. If you haven't seen the review, go to my channel, and you can see it on my channel. We're starting our guideline here with the Andis T outliners, and now I'm using my Andis Masters, and I'm starting to blend out that first guideline. So as you can see here, I'm exclusively working just with the corners of the blade, and I'm starting to close that lever notch by notch until I work it all the way down and blend it out. Here I'm using the number 1 Andis Magnetic number 1 guard, purple Magnetic number 1 guard, with the lever all the way open, and I'm working into that number 2 that we just established, and then we work all the way down until we blend it all the way into that number 1. So here I'm using the 0 guard, same process. Start with the lever all the way open, that'll blend right into the number 1, and then close it notch by notch until it blends right into that last guideline. Establishing the guideline on the back here. I like to arch it. That way it leaves the sides more defined. You can see the edge, it gives a little more pop. So after I create that guideline, now I'm using the Andis Masters with the lever all the way open, and I'm going up about half an inch or an inch. I'm going to start closing the lever notch by notch, working my way down until it's completely blended out. Now we're using the Andis Magnetic purple number 1 guard, the lever all the way open, and we're going to work right into that number 2. Always remember to have a comb or a brush in your hand. After every couple strokes, I always brush. So here I'm using the Andis Magnetic 0 guard with the lever all the way open. That'll blend right into that number 1. I'm going to close the lever notch by notch, working my way down. Same thing on this side. We're starting the guideline again with the Andis T outliners. We're going to use our Andis Masters with the lever all the way open, using the corners, and create the second guideline, and then blend down into that first guideline. Here we're using the Andis Magnetic purple number 1 guard with the lever all the way open. We're going to start blending right into that number 2. Start closing the lever notch by notch until we work it all the way down to our number 1. Make sure you get behind the ears too. A lot of people like to leave that bulk right behind the ears when they do tapers. Just use the corners of the blade or the corners of the clipper and make sure you get behind the beard. It'll give you a much cleaner blend. Try and keep the customer's lineup natural as possible unless they suggest otherwise. And then use the corners of the blade like a pencil. In the back here, I like turning the customer's head to the left, depending on which side I'm lining up. If I'm doing the left, turn the head to the left, and you just go straight up and down. Gives you that perfect lineup every time. You see a better angle here. I'm just going straight up and down. I'm not angling it or anything. So here I'm doing some shear work. Make sure you get the hair completely wet. Hair has like elasticity to it when it gets wet. So if you don't get it completely wet and it's dry in some spots, it'll be longer or shorter in certain areas depending on how wet it is or dry it is. So you want to make sure it's completely dry or completely wet when you're doing shear work. So I'm going to create my guideline right down the center. He just wants to trim. So after I create the guideline right down the center, then it's just connecting the dots. As you pick up the hair on both sides, you just match it up to the center guideline, as you can see. Here I'm doing shear over comb. And this is one of my favorite techniques to do. I could have blended it out with the clipper, but since I knew I was going to have the shears out anyways, like I said, I prefer to use shear over comb technique. The trick here is just take less. Less is more. And you just keep bringing it down until you achieve the blend that you're looking for. If you take too much off, you can't put it back on. Here I'm using the purple magnetic number 2 guard. I'm going to start blending out the beard here. You can see I'm not really digging into the beard, I'm kind of hovering the clipper. I'm just knocking down bulk slowly and working my way towards the top to blend it out. Here we're using the Andes magnetic purple number 1 guard. Same thing, lever open, working our way till it's all the way close to the number 1. And as I close that lever, I start getting closer towards the taper. Using the 0 guard now. And now we're using no guard at all, and we're just blending it right into that 0 where the taper's at. I'm going to repeat the same process on this side. I apologize for the sniffles, guys. I'm a little bit under the weather, but the show must go on. Gotta keep dropping these videos for you guys. If you're new to my channel, I appreciate the sub. Make sure you share. Make sure you smash that like button and get active in the comments, guys. I'd love to hear your feedback. Once I'm using no guard at all, as you can see, I just start using the corners of the blade, and I almost start just blending right in the center. If you can picture the center, the front edge line and the back, I just start blending towards the center of it. Here we're starting to line up the beard. You want to make sure you don't take this bottom line too high, depending on what the customer wants, but preferably don't take it up too high, especially with a thick beard like this. not every mustache has to be pencil thin. I prefer with a full thick beard like this. Keep the mustache a little more natural. Just clean it up to where it's not hanging over the lip. And make sure you trim it down so it's not thick in reference to length. Clip over comb technique, just trimming down the beard, or the mustache, excuse me. And then clean it up to where it's not hanging over his lip. These blackouts are hitting, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I did that review on them, and after using them for a couple weeks now, I'm definitely satisfied. Here I'm using Tune 45 shave gel. You guys know where to get it, www.tune45.com. You know it's the best shave gel on the market. It speaks for itself. And I'm using that Tune 45 dual cartridge razor. We're just cleaning up the beard. As you can see here, I tell the customer to blow a bubble. When a customer tries to like stick their tongue out, it doesn't really work. The pressure's not the same. So when they blow a bubble, it gives a little bit. It's almost like shaving a balloon back in school. So it gives just enough, and it helps you create that perfect arch. And here I'm just trimming the beard down, just making it all even. Make sure you comb it all the way out. And of course, before you let the customer out of the chair, you always got to go back and do a little bit of touch-up work. Always cross-check your work. Use your mirrors, make sure it's all good. So I don't know, guys. I think that came out pretty dope. Let me know what you guys think. Get active in the comments like I told you. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. If you've been to my channel before and this is your first time, hit that subscribe button. As always, I appreciate your time. It's your favorite barber, Chris. Until next time.
Rice and made this.